This was a watery I-95 out here. If you were in trade and commerce and you were moving cargo from, say, Baltimore or Philadelphia or New York, it needed to go to Savannah. It had to go by boat, and there were many, many vessels transiting these waters. There was, over a period of decades, something like, on average, one wreck a week of sailing vessels, primarily. So what I would like to do this evening is to share with you things that I've learned about the Paul Gamiels Hill U.S. Life-Saving Station that used to be here in Southern Shores.
Bob Moir is a Southern Shores resident who became interested in the U.S. Life-Saving Service after seeing an abandoned station near the Currituck Beach Lighthouse. He has extensively researched the Life-Saving Service since then, especially the Paul Gamiels Hill Station, and recently gave a presentation during a Southern Shores Civic Association meeting to suggest the placement of a plaque to dedicate the former location of the station.
I live at 5 8th Avenue, Southern Shores, and it's one block from Hillcrest Beach, south of it. And come to find out, during the height of the life-saving service time, which ran roughly from the mid-1870s up to 1915, there were 29 life-saving stations built on the Outer Banks in North Carolina. The more I read about it, I learned that there were approximately 5 to 6 miles between stations. So at one point I'm scratching my head, and I thought, well, if you go 5 miles south from Caffey's Inlet Station, which is up where Sanderling Hotel is now, 5 or so miles, you're right into Southern Shores. Now, where is this? Where was the old life-saving station? Had to be one here. And I did finally find an old Army map from 1943 that showed the Paul Gamiels Hills Station right smack dab in the middle of Southern Shores. Come to find out, that station was, when it was in existence, it wasn't there now, obviously, but it was right smack dab at the public beach, Hillcrest. I had a sense that from an old National Geographic map that I had that there were wrecks right off of here. So I wanted to tie in the wreck and the time with the experience of the crew of Paul Gamiels Hill Station, and found that if I contacted in the National Archives in Atlanta, there was papers from the original station records, handwritten in form, that I got them to copy and send me for the dates when the wrecks occurred. There were 7 named wrecks during this time, 1883 to 1932. From these named wrecks, there were 50 mariners that were cared for, aided, or brought ashore physically by the crew of this station, including on one wreck, they had a couple of tamed bears that the crew went out. The crew of the wreck, they just waded ashore because the wreck came up so high, but there were 2 tamed bears in the captain's cabin, and so the crew of Paul Gamiels Hill here went out and brought the bears in. I don't know exactly how that came to pass, but it was an interesting part of the report. I just think these life-saving station crews, later Coast Guard crews, should all be applauded a bit for, in some cases a lot, for all that they were able to do in terms of safeguarding the welfare of mariners, and I think we should all have our hats off to them.